Hi guys, this is DoubleYourDutch, lesson 11 here on YouTube video series about learning Dutch. Learn Dutch, why not? Okay, we're going to talk about what time is it. In Dutch it's hoe laat is het? Hoe laat is het? Which literally means how late is it? But that's actually the normal way to say it. Hoe laat is het is like what people say. You could say wat is de tijd? What is the time? Which would be more common in English than how late is it. The tijd is time, but really that's, you could say it, but it's kind of formal and kind of like old-fashioned. And people don't really use it. You just say, hoe laat is het? So, okay, let's practice. Hoe laat is het nu? What time is it now? Het is nu 1 uur. Het is nu 1 uur. So it is now 1 o'clock. Uur is hour, but if you say what time it is, you don't say o'clock or anything. You just say hour. So you say 1 uur. And uur, there's a plural, uren. But when you're indicating time on a clock, you don't really use it. So you only use uur. So whether it's 1 hour or 8 hours or whatever, it's always uur at the end. Okay? Now to look at the other times, we first must look at the numbers. So let's look at the numbers. 0, 0. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. And 7, 7. 8 is 8. 9, 9. 10, 10. Okay? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, these should look quite familiar to the English numbers. They're quite similar. So, but you know, we'll bump into these, especially 1 to 10, a lot more later. Let's go beyond that a little bit. Exceptions are 11, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14. Because of course if you dissect that, der and veer are not really 3 and 4, but they're variations of it. But from 15 onwards, 15 is 15, then it's simply 15, 10 is 10, 5 is 5, so it's simply 510, 510. So 15 is 510. 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20. Then, if you go beyond 20, you can look at 1 and 20. So 1 and 20, 2 and 20, 3 and 20. 21, 22, 23. Split up 4 and 20, 5 and 30. 30 is 30. But it's spelled together. 46. 46. But it's always simply the number from 1 to 10, and then in, and then 20, 30, 40, right? 20, 30, 40. 57, 68, 79. If we just look at the tens, it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 80, 90, 100. 80, 80. 90, 90. 100, 100. 88, 101, 102. So 88 is 8 and 80. 8 and 80, it's 88. But once you go to 100, then it changes, so it becomes 101. 101. 101. 102. 102. So it becomes this thing, 103, 104, 105, and you can go back down the list. 111, 121, etc. So we get 1000, And the way you say it is 3000, 4000, and you will say 4001, 4002, etc. Right? With 100, it's the same, by the way. So 200, 300, 400. So you say 4 and then 100. The number and 100. Miljoen is million. Miljard is billion. Won't use these too often, I think. But there you go. So let's practice a bit. Hoe laat is het? Het is 8 uur. See, even at 8, you could say it's plural, but it remains uur. One thing that people do use is that we don't really say, oh, it's 1300 or it's 1600 or 1800 or something like that. The 24-hour clock. You also do not use AM or PM. We don't have it. Instead, we add the time of day, but in a special way. So, nacht, which is night, becomes s'nachts, which is apostrophe S, and then nacht, and then ending with another S. S'nachts. Nacht, s'nachts. Ochtend, which is morning. Morning has two versions. Morgen is also morning. Ochtend becomes 's ochtends. Morgen becomes 's morgens. Apostrophe S. And morgens. Middag becomes 's middags. Avond becomes 's avonds. So, instead of saying AM, PM, or anything like that, or 24-hour clock, you say, het is 3 uur 's nachts. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, or 3 o'clock in the night, this you would say in Dutch. Het is 9 uur 's ochtends. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Het is 2 uur 's middags. Het is 7 uur 's avonds. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock in the evening. Right? So you would always add the part of the day if it's unclear. Like if somebody says, what time is it? And we know that it's in the afternoon because it's obviously afternoon. Then you say, oh, it's 3 o'clock. Right? So you don't have to always emphasize it. But when it's unclear or whatever, when you're setting up a meeting, when should we meet? Oh, let's meet 's middags, in the afternoon, or in any other part of the day. Okay, besides full hours, we also have half, which is het is 2:30, which it's 2:30, but it's 2:30, right? Because half means not yet full, so it's not yet fully 3 o'clock, it's only 2:30. That makes sense. In British, for some reason, 2:30 means 2:30. But in Dutch, half means it's not yet 3, but just before. Quarter, het is 10:15. It's 10:15. Over is past. Over is really over, but in this case, it's past. Or you could say, het is 2:45 's middags. 4 is before. So it's 2:45 in the afternoon. So in terms of the general words you need, uur, uren, although uren is not really used when telling time. Half is half. So 2:30 is 2:30. Kwartier or kwart. If you say 15 minutes, you say a kwartier in essence. If you're telling time, then you just shorten it to kwart. So kwartier voor 3 becomes kwart voor 3. This is what we use. But outside that, you would always say kwartier. And then with minuut, minuten, seconde, secondes. If it's a little Tuesday, it's 11:55, so it's 5 to 12. To 12. Het is 2:50 's middags. It's 10 to 2:30 in the afternoon. So you practice some more. You can say, wanneer gaan we? Wanneer is when. Gaan we? When are we going? We gaan over 2 uur. We are going in 2 hours. Over is only after. Over 2 uur. We gaan over ongeveer een half uur. So we go in about. Ongeveer is about half an hour. Een half uur. Ik ga over een kwartier weg om 5:30. I leave in 15 minutes. I go away in 15 minutes. At is om 5:30. Om 9 uur ga ik naar mijn werk. At 9 o'clock, I go to work. So whenever you're saying, when are you meeting, when are you going to work? Well, at 9, at 6, that's always om in Dutch. Om, yeah? Okay. Hoe laat is het? Het is, blah, 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 so many hours. But if you say, hoe laat is dit, or hoe laat ga je, then it's like, om 2 uur, at 2 o'clock, I go, whatever. So, wanneer gaan we dan? When are we going then? Morgen al om 7 uur 's ochtends. Tomorrow already, all is already, at 7 o'clock in the morning. You can ask, hoe laat was je thuis? What time were you at home? I was only home at 10 o'clock in the evening yesterday. Pas is like only, like pretty late. Gisteren, yesterday, om 10 uur, at 10 o'clock, 's avonds. So I was only home at 10 o'clock in the evening yesterday. Wanneer ga je naar hem toe? When are you going to him? Ik ga overmorgen pas weer heen om 2 uur 's middags. So I'm only going again at 2 o'clock. Overmorgen, day after tomorrow. I'm only going again day after tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Ik weet het niet. I don't know. Volgens mij rond 2 uur. I think around 2 o'clock. So if you don't know what time it is exactly, you can say volgens mij rond 2 uur. Rond is about. Rond is also just round, by the way. Like a circle. Ik denk dat het nog vroeg is. I think it's still early. Nog still vroeg, early. Ik denk dat het nog vroeg is. I think it's still early. Nee, volgens mij is het al later dan je denkt. No, according to me, it's already later than you think. Vorige week ging ik elke dag vroeg naar bed. Vorige week, last week, ging ik elke dag vroeg naar bed. Every day I went to bed early. Elke dag is every day. Elke is every, dag, day. I went, vroeg, early, naar bed, to bed. So, last week I went to bed early every day. Volgende week ga ik niet veel doen. Next week I'm not going to do much. Ik ga niet veel doen. Veel is a lot. Wat ga je komend weekend doen? Ik ga op zaterdagavond de stad in om uit te gaan. So, komend is coming. So, next. So, what are you doing next weekend? Zaterdag is Saturday. So, zaterdagavond is Saturday night. So, ik ga op zaterdagavond, on Saturday evening. I'm going into the city. De stad is the city or the town. Om uit te gaan. So, to go out. Going out, to party, whatever. Ik ga op zaterdagavond de stad in om uit te gaan. Right? Okay. Yeah, that's basically it in terms of like telling time, next week, yesterday, etc., 1:45, 2:30 this. Okay, we've been through it all. Hope it was useful. Like and share, subscribe, comment. Check out doubleyourdutch.com. Sign up for the free lessons, conversations by native speaker in your inbox. And of course, check out the course. Until next time, see you.